Hi, this is Mike Regan with Transact's 2-Minute Warning for the week of April 25th. And in this week's 2-Minute Warning, we have a very important question for you. Does your company want lower freight rates or lower freight costs? Well, with that introduction, some of you may be scratching your head a bit and asking, where are we going with this? I mean, if I get lower freight rates, won't I get lower freight cost? Well, the answer to that question is not necessarily. Now, if you want to understand why that's the case, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go to transact.com or simply click on the link here and listen to a replay from our phenomenal webcast that we hosted last week with our friends from CSCMP in NASTRAT. The webcast title was Navigating Your Supply Chain in Survival Mode. It featured John Gold, who's a vice president with the National Retail Federation, talking about the things that are going on in China, as well as Shelley Simpson, one of the top executives from JB Hunt, and Jeff Musing, an executive vice president with Pitt, Ohio. Jeff and Shelley brought up some very, very interesting points. And one of those was, for example, in the traditional TMS model that looks to prioritize each carrier based on the lowest cost for an individual transaction, Jeff highlighted that if you want lower costs, you'll need to understand the way the carriers operate. And sometimes that means you're going to give a carrier freight even though they aren't the lowest cost for that individual transaction. And the reason for that is, as Jeff pointed out, is there's an economy of scale that the carriers incur on pickup and delivery of freight. So the more packages and shipments they could pick up at origin point will reduce their overall lower cost and give you a better operating ratio. One of the things that you need to understand, and one of the things that we have been preaching in these 2-minute warnings, is you need to be having a conversation with your carriers about your book of business. The carrier yield test is something that we have recommended. Now, some of you have taken advantage of that and said the carriers are a little bit reluctant. Here's what you want to ask the carriers. Give us a report card. Tell us how we are doing and the kind of things that we could do to make us a better shipper with a lower cost profile for you. When you have a lower cost profile, Jeff and Shelley pointed out, the carriers are more than willing to share the benefits of that with you. That means that you could get lower freight cost in a Transact. That's just one of the things we are passionate about. We want to see you have a more efficient supply chain, and we have a wealth of tools that we can provide you with that will accomplish that objective. Now, if you're interested in learning more about how your company can lower your cost, have a more efficient supply chain, and more profitability, send me an email or give us a call, because with each and every 2-minute warning, we're here to remind you we are on your team. We're here to help, and we're passionate about seeing you be successful. Thanks for your time.